guys? Welcome to the Vikings Now by Chat Sports. My name is Patrick Siepman, and cut down day is here. And the Vikings actually just cut 12 players from their roster and a couple of shockers, including Kene, Nwangwu, Bo Richter, Andre Carter, a couple of moves that I did not see coming. And speaking about seeing, could we see a Lewis Cine trade coming in the next couple of hours? Ben Gaskin did report that the Vikings are in active trade talks for the former first-round safety. Now, we'll dive into all 12 players that just got cut. But, guys, make sure you guys are subscribed here to the channel. I'm going to have a video coming out later today talking about the Vikings' full 53-man roster. And we also got a report that they may be interested in Jameis Winston. I'll give you guys some quick thoughts at the tail half of today's show, but make sure you guys are subscribed. Let's just dive into the cuts here. And let's start off with the running back room. Couple of interesting ones. We obviously knew they cut Dwayne McBride and Mo Ibrahim yesterday, but early on today, they let go of Myles Gaskin. And I don't want to say this was a shocking move by any means, but I fully anticipated him to make the roster. I thought he ran extremely hard during the preseason for the Minnesota Vikings. And then they also let go of Kene Nwangwu. So where the Vikings running back room stands right now, it's Aaron Jones, Ty Chandler, and then obviously C.J. Ham. You're going to include him in that group. But I fully anticipate the Vikings to make a move for another running back. Now, I do have to mention this. Dalvin Cook yesterday, he flew to Dallas, and he took a workout with the Dallas Cowboys. It would not shock me whatsoever if Dalvin Cook ends up working out with the Vikings and they potentially bring him in this season. Dalvin, he obviously looks like he's in really good shape right now, but he is a shell of what he once was. I would be kind of out on the move, but also I wouldn't hate, having him be another rotational back. Like, obviously, Aaron Jones is still getting 75% of the carries. Ty Chandler gets in there, gets 10, and then maybe Dalvin Cook gets another, 10 or 15% of the carries there. But, keep your eyes out on that, and just keep your eyes out on the moves. Or keep your eyes out on the Vikings potentially making a move at that running back spot. But some D linemen that were just cut. Jacqueline Roy, 5th-round pick of last year. That was a little bit of a shocker to me that the Vikings just cut the cord on that, very, very fast. And then also Tyler Manoa, another defensive lineman, was cut from Minnesota as well. But I do want to talk about the edge group right here. So Andre Carter, Owen Porter, and Bo Richter, they were all cut as well. Now, where does that leave the Vikings edge group as it stands right now? And we'll also talk about Richter, as I really do hope he, clears waivers and he's able to return to the practice squad for the Vikings, as, he was one of the bright spots in the preseason for Minnesota. But, the edge group right now, you got Grenard, Van Ginkel, Dallas Turner. Those three are for sure locks to make the team. Also, Jihad Ward, we've heard he is a lock to make this team. And now you've got Patrick Jones II as well. I would assume he has to make the team, even though we did hear trade rumors around him that the Vikings could be, looking to deal him potentially before cutdown day. But more on Bo Richter and Andre Carter here. That was a shocker to me. There was no doubt about it. Like, I thought at least one of those two were to make the roster. And also some more news. Gabe Murphy did get put on that IR spot with Dalton Reisner. So how it works, you can have two guys go to the short-term IR that are still a part of your roster, but it doesn't count towards the final 53-man unit there. So, a little shocking that they chose, Gabe Murphy over Bo Richter and Andre Carter, because they could have necessarily just put those two on that short-term IR spot. But also TJ Hawkinson is going to remain on PUP, so he'll be out, at least for the first 4 weeks. And that really wasn't a shocker to me as at all. But, this edge department, I mean, two shocking moves at the edge group and the running back group today that I did not see him coming. More thoughts also on the running back group. I have no idea who is going to be the kick returner now heading into the season. I'm assuming you're going to put Ty Chandler back there. Maybe you put Jalen Naylor back there as well. I was thinking about him, but clearly the Vikings have a plan That's why I'm really not too panicked about this, even though I was a big Kene Nwangwu fan. I've been saying for the last 2 years, I just wish Kevin O'Connell would get him more reps in just the true offense. Like, get him a jet sweep, get him a running back screen, just get him the ball in open space, because he is electric with the ball in his hands, and he just makes dudes miss. He makes plays happen. So, pretty interesting here as the Vikings are, finalizing this roster. But do want to get you guys some more cuts here. AJ Green was cut. He had that awesome interception in Vikings training camp where he was going man-to-man on a streak route and one-on-one drills, and he kind of backhanded a one-handed interception, which was absolutely sweet. But also safety news here, and this relates to Lewis Cine. Bobby McCain was cut. So now that leaves the Vikings safety group. Just let me double-check, as it is the safety unit right now is Harrison Smith, Bynum, Metellus. They'll be there. And then it's Theo Jackson and Lewis Cine. We know the Vikings, they kept, I think it was either 5 or 6 safeties last season, so I fully expect them to do the same thing this year. Maybe Lewis Cine ends up making this team and the Vikings don't let him go, but we are hearing reports that they are trying to trade him. But you guys let me know down below in the comments section, did any of these shocks cut you whatsoever? Give me a Y for yes or give me an N for no down below. Now, I do want to share with you guys this quote that we got from Mary Kate Cabot, and if you guys don't know, Mary Kay Cabot, she is probably the best beat reporter with the Cleveland Browns. And she reported earlier today that they are fielding calls for Jameis Winston and Tyler Huntley. And this is the exact quote. With several teams, including the Vikings and Chargers, looking for quality backup quarterbacks this season, both Winston and Huntley could draw interest. Now, obviously, Jameis Winston, he's kind of a meme at this point in his NFL career. He is electric when he's mic'd up for games. He gives great pregame speeches, and he just has juice there. I would be all in on bringing him in. Now, I think the Vikings are in a spot where, let's just say, knock on wood, Sam Darnold is, he, gets taken. He's abducted by aliens. I'm not going to say the word here. Don't want to get that bad mojo out. But, I could see the Vikings being in a situation where, let's just say Sam Darnold goes down. Are you okay running with Nick Mullins for the rest of the season? A guy that I know would be pissed about that would probably be Justin Jefferson. Now, Mullins and Jameis have somewhat similarities in the style of quarterback they are, where they are going to take chances. It's going to be a lot of 300-yard games, 3 touchdowns, but also the 3 interceptions. I mean, you take the Bengals game, for example, last year. Mullins lit it up. He had like a damn near 400 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he had 2 brutal interceptions. That was the biggest reason why they ended up, losing that game. So keep your eyes out on Jameis. I could see this being a play, as I would absolutely be all in, because, I'm a believer in Sam Darnold this year. No doubt about it. I think he's going to end up, working out, and he'll probably be your starter for all 17 games and hopefully a playoff game if this Vikings defense and Vikings offense can, start clicking on all levels here. But if let's just say week 1, Darnold goes into MetLife, heads into New York, and they lose to the New York Giants, and he throws 3 interceptions, and he looks terrible, I'm not saying the Vikings would just pull that cord automatically, but with the schedule after that, going Texans, Niners, a bunch of these a really good football team. You even got the Rams, like the Jets, the Packers, the Lions. Like, you got a lot of good football teams early on in the year. Like, I could see Darnold, let's just say he does really start struggling, you could go to a guy like Jameis Winston, where, you know what, if the Vikings do end up getting him, Justin Jefferson will go for damn near 1,800, 1,900 yards this upcoming season. But, I would be in on Winston. I don't know if I would give up a lot for him. I was actually talking to our Browns Report host here. If they have any need for a safety, maybe it's a little Lewis Cine, Jameis Winston trade, even though those types of deals are more like NBA moves where it's player for player. But I could definitely see them, taking a chance on a guy like Jameis, and I'll tell you what, man, I would be all in. He's an electric football player, and, again, with any of these quarterbacks coming to Minnesota, even though maybe they haven't been as successful in the past with their respective organizations that they played for, but if you come to Minnesota and you're playing with Darisaw, O'Neal, you got a great offensive mind in Kevin O'Connell, you got the weapons in Jefferson, Addison, Aaron Jones, like, the Vikings could give him the best support system he's ever had in his NFL career. So I did just want to give you guys my thoughts on that, as I would, be absolutely all in on that move. But guys, again, make sure you guys are subscribed here to the channel. We will get the full 53-man roster in about 3, 4, 5 hours or so. So don't miss a thing. Hit that subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. And I'll have a video breaking down this full roster in depth later on today. But thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time. Skol Vikes.